guys for tuning into Spiritual Beauty Ministry. So the word that God has placed upon my spirit is noticed and rewarded. Noticed and rewarded. God is saying that you are entering a season and a moment to where you will be noticed and rewarded. I'm going to come to you guys in the book of Ruth, chapter 2. I'm not going to read you the full chapter, but definitely when you get the time, read the full chapter of Ruth 2. It is an amazing story and it will bless you, okay? Now it says, this is just a summarization. Why have I found favor in your eyes that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner? It has been fully reported to me all you have done. The Lord will repay you for your work, and a full reward will be given to you. What God wants you to know is that He's about to give you back what you gave plus more. God's about to give you back what you gave plus more. You will be repaid for your work. And what I mean by that work is your obedience, that yes, that you gave God, that assignment that you stayed true to when God called you to. God is saying that because you stayed obedient, because you stayed committed to the yes, even when it came with some heavy weight, I am going to bless you, okay? And God is saying that foreign place, that place that was uncomfortable, that thing that He sent you to do, God is saying that He has sent you to a place and you stayed in position despite the opposition. God is wanting you to know that now favor is about to come upon you because of the obedience that you stayed true to, okay? That yes, stretch the capacity in you to prepare you to stand where God is now taking you. That yes that you gave from you, it was worth it because now it has stretched the capacity in you to prepare you to stand where God is now taking you. Your work has not gone unnoticed. This promotion is because of your devotion. God wants you to know this promotion is because of your devotion. God is giving you what was left behind. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is that in the book of Ruth, Ruth goes to the person that's in the position and she asks, can I please go and glean and gather after the reapers? So she's saying after they finish doing their job, whatever scraps and whatever is left behind, can I please have it? And so what Ruth doesn't understand is that God purposely allowed it to fall behind from their hands. God purposely allowed it to fall behind from their bags. God wants you to know that He has purposely allowed some things to fall from the hands of people because He's about to give you promotion. He's about to give you promotion. God purposely allowed certain things to not go and work for certain people because God's about to give it to you. God is saying that what withered for them is about to be wealth for you. What withered for them is about to be wealth for you. And what God wants you to know is that with that which was left over that remains is now about to change your name. That thing that was left over, that was left behind, God is saying that the remains of it is about to change your name. Okay. The leftover, what remains is about to now change your name. So God's saying, don't despise the leftovers. God will use what they looked over to give your life a makeover. Don't despise the leftovers. God will use what they looked over to give you a makeover, your life a makeover. God is saying that He's going to give what was left behind. That parent that can take care of that child was left behind. That nonprofit was left behind because they were walking in deceit. That business was left behind because they was not walking in the ways of God. That thing, that building was left behind. That home was left behind. There are some things that God has left behind for His children because of those who are not walking in the right position. And God has said He has purposely left it behind for you so that you can take it and make it into what it was always meant to be. God is saying that you may see it as some people have already went ahead of you, or they have already started this thing. They already doing this right here. They already got the industry is already this. God is saying that they may have went and gathered some things, but I did not let them take everything. God is saying that what they have is not what you're about to hold. God is saying that He has purposely allowed them to overlook some things so that you can walk into overflow. God has purposely allowed them to overlook it so that you can walk into overflow with it, okay? God's about to take what they left behind. He allowed them to have to not see certain things, and God is going to allow you to catch it. What has fell from their hands is now about to be placed into your hands. God has purposely allowed for them not to see it because God's about to cause you to do something with it. God is saying that He is giving you what they left behind. He is giving you that leftover. So don't despise the leftover because what they overlooked is about to walk you into overflow. What they overlook is about to walk you into overflow. God is about to give you the things that were not, that was supposed to be completed, but we're not finished. God's about to give you the unresolved problem, and he's going to make you the solution. God's giving you the unresolved problem, and he's going to make you the solution. God has purposely allowed them to only be able to go so far with it because you are about to come in the game and you're about to kill it. You're about to come in the game and you're about to take over. God is saying that, so don't despise what looks small, because I'm about to make that thing big. I allowed what they had to fall from their hands, and I allowed you to catch it. I allowed it to fall from their hands, and I allowed you to catch it because I want you to do something great that's gonna make my name known, and I'm gonna cause them to overlook it. I'm going to cause them to miss it. I'm going to think they're going to think that they have already got all of it. But God is saying that there are things that they left behind because they are not walking in him. And so God is not about to continue to bless their hands because they are not walking in him. And so God's going to cause you to take what withered from them. He's going to cause wealth to be placed into the hands of you. What withered for them will be wealth for you. And God wants you to know that when you enter in, it's going to look like it's insignificant. It's going to look like it's of no value. But God wants you to know, do not despise what's been left behind, because he's going to surprise you and he's going to blow your mind with what he does for you with that thing that has been left behind for you. So when God leaves these things behind, it's for you to go and change the room. It's for you to go and change the room. And God is leaving it behind because he wants to show you what needs to be cleaned up. He wants to show you what's incomplete. He wants to show you what is lacking, what needs to be changed. And God is saying that I want you to go and change this room. I want you to go and change what is. And so God is causing many of his children to have access to things that's been left behind. And these things that's been left behind is going to give us access and increase. But this more that's coming to us is not for us just to have more, but it's for us to do more. So for instance, for some of you, God's going to cause you to go and save children. Okay. And then God may have it to where you are given a house. You're given a house. And this house that God gives you is for you to open up a nonprofit organization. And this is the same house that probably went through a foreclosure or something that happened, but God let it fall into your hands because God is saying you are the solution. You are the solution to the problem. So I'm going to bless you with what I'm calling you to. With what God called you to do, he is going to bless you with the thing that you need to get it done. And so God is calling some of you to go into the industry. He's going to give you platform. He's going to give you status. He's going to show them. He wants you to show them what it looks like to have integrity, what it looks like to have morals, what it looks like to still have a platform but still serve the Lord. And God is saying that he's giving some of you buildings to go and do certain things. He's giving some of you businesses that had to dwindle and that withered, but God is saying he's gonna allow it to blossom and become wealthy for you. What withered in their hands is going to be wealthy when it comes into your hands. Overflow, fullness, and greatness is what you will receive from the very thing that God has left behind for you at your feet, okay? Overflow, fullness, and greatness is what you will receive from the very thing that God has left behind at your feet. God wants you to know that you will have leftovers to feed those after you with this blessing that he's giving you. You will have leftovers to feed those after you with this blessing that he is giving you. And that also that the very hands that these things are falling from, God wants you to know the very hands that had it before you. When it falls from their hands to the hands of you, God wants you to complete what they did not do. When it falls from their hands into the hands of you, God wants you to complete what they did not do. As always, thank you guys for tuning in to Spiritual Beauty Ministry. Of course, take this word back to the Lord, seek his instruction and his directions on what he wants you to do with the thing that he's going to leave behind for you. You guys be blessed.